Hi, good afternoon. Thank y'all for tuning in again on this four-part interview series of the South Carolina GOP chair candidates. I'm Amy Hill again, and I hope you're enjoying these. This is Mr. Mark Powell. He is also running. And we are here in Williamston, is it?
Springwater Park.
Springwater Park, and there is actually a spring behind us that's providing fresh water, which you've gotten water out of before.
Yep.
It's I'm gonna have to taste it before we leave.
It's very good. It's got lots of minerals. We have a festival, Springwater Festival, every year, fourth week in August.
And there's actually a festival going on right now in Pelzer today.
West Pelzer.
West Pelzer. Yep, I got the history lesson on that. So West Pelzer. So if you guys are out near this area, go on down to West Pelzer. They are absolutely having a good time out there. Lots of vendors and antique folks. But the reason that we are doing this again is because of there are a lot of new GOP delegates and individuals that came into the party this year. And welcome, of course, everyone. But we want you to get to know the candidates, all the candidates that are running. So briefly, for our audience, give them a quick bio and what your political background is, beliefs, and aspirations.
A quick bio. I'm from Pelzer. I've only lived 6.9 miles from there, so I'm a local guy. I love my town. I love my country. Politically, I voted for Jimmy Carter, 1980. I met him in 1979 in the Rose Garden as the president of South Carolina DECA, which I understand you were a member of DECA.
Yes, I was in DECA.
So I voted for him. I shook the man's hand. I knew nothing. And I learned a lot from that 1980 experience, and was there in Greenville and participated in Ronald Reagan's campaign, and have been a diehard ultra-conservative Republican ever since.
Good, great, fantastic. So I'm going to ask you a two-part question. Why are you running, and what would you like to accomplish if elected the state GOP chair?
I've ran twice. I skipped 2 years ago, 2019. My goal is to close the primaries.
Okay.
The way I like to explain an open primary the way we have it is Clemson's just up the road, South Carolina's just down the road. Mm-hmm. Would you want the team members of South Carolina to pick our quarterback for Clemson? Would you want the team members in Carolina to pick our quarterback? The answer would be no. So if we close our primaries, we would be picking our candidate to represent our platform, to represent the things that we stand for, instead of just allowing anybody who meets the credentials and pays the fees to be on our ticket as a Republican. If you're Coca-Cola, you don't allow somebody to have red with the word Coke on it, because that is a trademark name that has something of meaning behind it, which is the quality of the product, the quality of the merchandise. Well, the R in the Republicans has become just a letter. It's just an R. It doesn't stand for our platform. It doesn't stand for our creed. It's just a letter that elected officials get to have in front of their name, but it doesn't get any of the policies that we as conservatives want to be brought forth on a legal platform with our elected officials. So I want to close the primary so that we can have meaning to our platform and have people who represent our platform.
Okay, thank you. And do you have any experience in business and financial accountability, specifically fundraising? Because we know that there is a huge portion of the GOP chair where they do fundraising for the party.
Fundraising, as far as huge, no. I've worked with several campaigns and helped people in our local area. I've ran for office, a write-in candidate for a state house seat, District 10. I ran as a senator. Don't hold this against me, but I tried to run as a Democrat in the election for the Senate in my district to prove the point that you have to put me on the ballot. They didn't. Mm-hmm. Even though we put everybody on it. I took it to court, long story. Some of you know about it because I've talked about it before. And I did that to prove that we've got to close our primaries to keep people off our ballot. The Democrats don't put anybody on theirs. We Republicans don't need to have to let anybody on ours.
That makes sense.
I've ran large projects. Mexico was a $2.6 million project. I've ran big projects, so I've been over large budgets and oversaw stuff. But on fundraising, let me tell you this. If I become chairman, number one, you have to raise a little less money because I will not accept a salary, just like it was before Matt Moore was given the position by Chad Connolly. So that's one way you're going to save money. So I have to raise less. And the other thing is, when I send out a questionnaire or survey, I will have a sheet that has a survey. I want you to answer the questions. But on that same sheet, when you flip it over, it's not going to make you feel bad if you don't donate to the party. Because it's like, if I don't donate money, are they even going to look at my questionnaire? I don't think they do. Because if you don't donate money, they don't think you deserve to be heard. So I will send out questionnaires, but the questionnaire will be a questionnaire. There will be a separate piece of paper that if you want to fill it out and put it in with the questionnaire, please feel free. But I want to know what you want our party to do. Love to have your money, but I don't want you to feel like you have to give money in order to hear your opinions heard on the questionnaire.
Yeah, thank you. So the creed, let's talk about the Republican creed a little bit, or you talk about the Republican creed. Does that inspire you, the Republican creed, and if so, how?
You know, a lot of people who talk about the Republicans, they think we don't care about poor people. They think we don't care about certain people. That's not true. We care about everyone. We care so much that we want them to be self-made. You know, I choose not to be a common man. I want to be uncommon. I'd rather have an incentive instead of dole. We're not a party of handouts. The one thing I will say is, at least we do not stand for, we will give you an extra this if you'll vote for us. We will give you longer, I hated the extension that happened for $600, extensions and extra money on your unemployment. What the creed means to me is, make your own world. Get out and work. I was in Mexico for 16 weeks in 2016. The interesting thing there, they don't have any welfare. In Mexico, if you don't work, you don't eat. Guess what? There's no one starving in Mexico, because they know if they want to eat, they must work. But in our country, you don't have to work. We'll give you a place to live. There's apartments just right on the other side of those railroad tracks, Pecan Terrace, and then another one, Parkview, all free housing for people, because that's what we do. So the creed to me is about freedom, the freedom to do what I want to do, less government, less interference, and to make your own self, to make your own life.
Make your own way. And a lot of Republicans do feel that way. So what would you like to change, if anything, about the SC GOP organization and how it's ran, or how it's been traditionally ran?
I had asked Amy a question. I have no clue, if I wanted to accept a paycheck, what this job pays. And I don't know that you would tell me now, because everybody would know. I've asked, and I've not been told. I've asked my executive committeeman, and he can't find out. So I would change it to where it would be honest and open. I'm told that they hand out a budget, and it shows $300 and something thousand salary. I would also say that the reason the salary was okayed, if you remember, you might not have been involved in that time, but they gave Matt Moore a paycheck because he was going to run the office, the executive director and the chairman. So it was a paid position because he was going to run the office, because he lived there. Well, he didn't do that. Hope, which does a wonderful job. Hope, you're good. Shortly after that, they appointed her executive director. So what happened to him doing the executive director's job? So I would look at the number of employees. I'd like to know how many employees we had back 5 years ago to compare to how many employees we have now. So the money we have to raise more money to pay more people. If I think the government needs to be leaner and meaner, the Republican Party at the state level should have to be also. You can't tell the state house, hey, you need to cut your budget so my taxes will be lower. You can't tell the federal government you need to lower our taxes so I have more money in my pocket, when we on the state GOP keep hiring more and more employees, which means we need to beg you for more and more money in order to pay all those employees.
Understood. Yeah. So What are your top conservative legislation priorities, and how do you envision working with state legislators to push more of a conservative agenda in South Carolina?
Just this past week, there was legislation going through about boys being able to play in girls' sports.
Right.
And if you're a boy playing in girls' sports, you're all going to the girls' room to change clothes. In our highly outnumbered Republican-led House, it did not get passed. It did not get out of committee. And I think that's sad. Is it because they need to keep their votes for their Democratic friends to feel they need to keep that House seat? So that kind of stuff, morals, childbirth, abortion, the heartbeat bill, it's morality in our country. We're founded on God. Our whole country is founded as a nation, getting away from England and forced the church on us to come here to this new world so we have religious freedoms. Well, we're giving up our freedoms, and the squeaky wheel has always got the oil. Well, we're giving too much oil to the few little squeaky wheels, and our Republican-controlled House and Senate have a hard time. Second Amendment, freedom to bear arms. We're trying to do a open carry. Do I have to have a permit to do that? The Constitution of the United States don't say I have to have a permit to do that. So freedom issues, life, marriage. I'm a male, she's a female. The only thing God sanctified is marriage between a male and a female. No, we're not married. But the moral issues and the fact that our elected officials don't seem to care about us Christians. They don't care about us conservatives. They can't even pass the thing that a boy can't play in a girl's sport because they're so scared that the Democratic people who helped them get in office might not help them next time. Well, I want to close the primary so we don't have to worry about getting them back in. We'll get people who are elected and are true conservatives, and you get elected by conservatives.
That's what the GOP is about, right?
That's what it's supposed to be about.
The state GOP party as a whole has been seeing quite a bit of division this year, unfortunately. So if you were elected, what is your plan to pull the party together and move forward as a unified party?
Well, from what I just said, I have been told by many, the powers to be, that I would be more divisive on the things that I just said. But I'm not wanting to pull together the whole state of South Carolina. I want to pull together the Republicans. If you read the creed, if you read our platform, that's who I want to embrace. Now, the Democrats do a better job at bringing in outsiders. If you want to think that tree right beside us or behind us is more important than human life, the Democrats get that person's vote. If you think that a child can be killed all the way up until it's born, Obama 4 times while a senator actually signed a bill that if a partial birth abortion went bad and the baby fell out before it got killed, his little brains were sucked out, put it over in a corner and let it suffocate, and let it die of starvation. So I don't want those kind of people. I don't mind them coming to the party because we can sway them to do our platform. But I don't want to change my platform or ignore the platform for people who love a tree more than human life. Gay people. I don't mind gay people. I have friends who are gay. But do I want to change my party's outlook on what we represent to make that gay person come over to us? No. I want them to see something within our party. Physical accountability. Social, that would be a struggle with them maybe. But I want them to come to us, but I don't want us to bend to get them to come over. So I may be more divisive throughout the state, but within the party, read the platform. Read the platform. I want people who look at the platform and at least 95% go, that's me. That's what I stand for. If there's someone who only believes in 5% of the platform, they can come over. But I'm not going to change 100% of the platform and get rid of that 5% that they don't like to make them stay. Maybe more divisive. I think it'd be more of a unifying within the party. not necessarily within the state.
Understood. So in conclusion, and this is where you get to speak free too, what would you like people to know about you that would convince them to vote for you at the convention this May as the GOP chair?
Well, first off, if I am chair-elect, you will never have a remote convention to where the people in Charleston County, Calhoun County, Anderson County, Greenville County have to sit in your little group, in your little corner. Look at us. We just had breakfast at Milltown Place, a little place in West Pelzer. Went to the little festival.
Yeah.
Did you see any masks?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I loved the one I saw a thing on Facebook called Controlavirus. Coronavirus is real. I had it. Your husband had it.
Right.
It's real. It's the flu. It's an ugly flu. But here's the deal. I would never restrict you from getting together because you feel the mood of the people. Whenever this is going to happen, and I would love to say that I'd get elected. Who knows? Probably not, but maybe. But when Lynn Wood walked out on stage at Anderson County, oh my God. Ah! I mean, it was like, oh. What I feel is happening is, I know it's not going to be me walking out on stage and people going crazy because I'm there, but I think the current chairman, Drew McKenzie, don't want the crowd to feel the passion that someone can have for someone. So we're going to split up. Anderson County felt it. Other counties he's been at felt it. I have open. How much money does he make? How much per diem does he get? How much reimbursement? How much total money has he been given? Here's one question of the hour. I've heard he gets a commission off the money that's raised. Have you heard that?
No, I don't know what the structure is.
I don't know, but I heard that at our convention from a guy that you know. And so, you know, honest and open. Okay, I am who I am. I repair machines for a living. I was in sales most of my life. I know how to talk to people. Call my customers. Customers like me because I'm a fixer. When I was 5, people brought toaster ovens to my mom and dad's mule house where we lived, and I fixed toasters. I had a small engine mini go-kart bicycle repair shop at 9. God gave me a natural talent to look at something that's broke. Our way we elect officials is very broke. The way we control our government, I mean, Anderson County, I wasn't there. I don't currently hold office within our county, but at our regular meeting, we took the chairman out, took her off the position, and unanimous. It wasn't like dissent. It was 100% unanimous, elected a new chairman, and the state never recognized that. The state actually sent Mark, not this one, I forget Mark's last name, sent him up to run our convention. Your county is your county. You're standalone within the group. As long as you stand behind our platform, stand behind our creed, I'm not going to meddle in your business. Did not appreciate the county coming in to run our show.
The state.
We're a subsidiary of the state of South Carolina. And I tell you what I'll never do. Jonathan Hill, one of the most conservative ever elected officials we have in South Carolina, ran and won. But Drew McKenzie saw different this last election cycle. He actually supported financially, paperwork sent out that South Carolina Republican Party was for Jonathan's opposition of Mr. Parfit. That was wrong. As a local level, we would never, we have it in our rules, we can't back anybody, written or verbally, before the primary. But Drew McKenzie did that in our Anderson County, and you know, he might have done it in some of y'all's and you just didn't know. Some of the candidates you have run, maybe Drew's company that does elections help you get elected. Maybe he helped other people get elected. But I don't know a lot about Mr. Parfit, but I know that he can't be as conservative as Jonathan Hill. So if Drew McKenzie wanted Jonathan Hill out of office because he's conservative, think about it, people. That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be the conservative party. And to try to take out the most conservative in my county is just wrong on every level. I will be honest with you. I stand so strong on closing the primaries. I don't want South Carolina choosing the coach or the quarterback for Clemson. And that's kind of a crazy analogy, but it really works. You know, you're not going to let the Democratic Party, I was going to say you're not going to let the Democratic Party choose our leaders, but we do. One of the guys I ran against in the Senate race bragged in front of Ann Thayer, Michael Gambrell, Ann Thayer, and a couple other elected officials, that how he won the primary for the Senate seat was 27% of his vote came from his Democratic friends. We've got to stop that. Is Michael a terrible? No, he's not a terrible House of Representatives. He's not a true blue conservative. So I will be honest with you, and I will not meddle in your affairs. We have to watch each other, and we got certain rules. Rules are good. But I want to lead the party to where the R stands for Republican, and you'll never hear the word rhino again, hopefully.
So that's it in a nutshell.
That's it in a nutshell.
That's who Mark Powell is.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you so much for letting me come to Pelzer and Williamston and interview you and allowing the people to get to know you. And thank you for the tour. This is lovely, and I am definitely going to go into that spring.
Come visit
some
us.
Water. I hear it's the Fountain of Youth. I'm just going to stick my whole head in it.
No, she won't.
No, I won't.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.